Salutations, everyone, and welcome to Unsolved. You may you may notice from the sound of my voice that I'm not as upbeat right now, and that's because we just lost 2 hours of recording, mid-recording, and we spotted this, thankfully, but you guys lost quite a bit of stuff, so we're gonna recap a few things for you. But before we do that, I'm gonna introduce my players again. I have Brianna as Leslie Hart, our damaged criminal psychologist.
It really hurts.
And then I have Michael as Gene Franklins, who is our angry FBI agent. And then
I got better things to do than spend time with you kids.
And then we have Zia, who's playing Lisa Di Bruno, who's very angry at this moment, and her head hurts.
Wah, 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 wah.
And then we have Kellen, who's playing Richard Barden, the only one that's been having a good time this session. Ready?
And the good times keep on rolling.
Yeah. So we're going to have a tiny bit of recap. We've already rolled a skill increase and stuff like that, and nothing happened. But I'm going to start by having Gene and Leslie recap what happened to them after they left the house. So, you guys go on ahead.
All right. Jean pulled Leslie out. Leslie was passed out. He splashed water on Leslie's face. Leslie woke up and fell down the stairs while trying to grab hold of Jean.
Sorry for trying to drag your ass out of there.
Jean threw out his back. Leslie bandaged his hands quite put Leslie to sleep and bandaged up face and hands.
After that, they went to the hospital. And on the way to the hospital, Leslie discovered that Brianna discovered that Leslie had developed claustrophobia due to the incident in the house. And they went to the hospital to get Leslie checked out. And the doctor, after Gene kind of fibbed his way out of needing to explain anything, the doctor fixed Leslie up, and the time was about 6 p.m. around that time. Anything you want to add to that, Gene?
No, I think that covers all of it.
Okay.
He did a really shitty parking job.
I did a really shitty parking job.
Gene parked directly in front, almost directly in front of the hospital, and he parked real shit. Illegally, too. But, you know, he has a police sign on top of it, so nobody cares. And Richard and Lisa, I want you guys to recap a little bit what happened.
Well, we started searching the apartment, the Underwood apartment, and heading for the bathroom. Lisa took one step in, rolled a 100, and fell and cracked her head open.
She blinded herself with a flashlight.
And
she was unconscious for about an hour.
Was rescued by Richard and placed onto the couch. And when she woke up, she decided not to give a fuck anymore and just spent the rest of the day while she was searching around for clues, cussing and grumbling.
As a kind of a fun note to note here is that Richard's just been rolling like a champion this session. He's been rolling crits and just successes all around there. So let's get it from your side of the story, Richard.
Well, I just decided we were going to continue investigating the Underwood apartment, get the parts we hadn't gotten to yet, heard Detective Bruno slip and bump her head. So took care of her, put her on the couch, continued working. She woke up, and it was like having another Jean with me. Has made my heart all fluttery.
Richard's been
Pretty
bonding with Jean and Lisa these past few sessions.
Leslie and I tried to bond, but we bonded over an explosion. So,
There wasn't a lot of discussion to go on there.
nope. But yeah, we continued to investigate the apartment, made sure that she was okay enough to continue. We said that we wanted to fingerprint the bathtub, the nightstand in the bedroom, and the cabinet in the landlord's apartments for where the key was missing. There appeared to have been some tampering or someone tried to wipe away evidence of their being there. Also, let Detective Jensen know about why their case might be connected to our case, so he can present that to Horrells to make it a little bit more connected and easy for us to access. And then we decided we've done everything we can there. We noted the evidence numbers and decided to have Lisa drive to the hospital so she could get looked at.
So guys, I'm gonna tell you guys one thing right now that I discovered. You know my notes that I was hoping that saved? They didn't.
Oh.
My whole computer went to shit, guys. Nobody knows why. So I'm gonna.
I thought you just fixed that.
I did. I don't know why I did this. This is like something that's never happened before. But I'm gonna ask you guys a real quick favor. In the meantime, could you guys write down the notes you remember asking me about and send them to me? And I will add them to this note. That's just so that I have it. I don't remember everything that I wrote down.
Okie dokie.
Like the evidence stuff that I wrote down. If you do remember all of that stuff, just send it to me and I'll add it to my notes. But where we were in the story, to kind of pick up back where we left off, and sadly you guys have to pick up without seeing the. Just think about everything that happened after Jean and Leslie had a fuck up. That was just like jump cut to the hospital scene. Lisa and Richard were driving and arriving at the hospital. They were going to get Lisa checked out because she bumped her head on the toilet seat and fell unconscious. So Richard kind of demanded that they go to the hospital before she would go home to get her checked out. And when they arrived, they saw a shittily parked police car. And that's where we left off. So where do you guys want to go now?
Lisa has to restrain herself from the urge to give this car ticket.
She's very
it's a
used
police car, and she's not supposed to do that. But at the same time, who the fuck did this? That idiot.
Gene kind of just smiles to himself.
Of course he does.
He just grumbles and goes in, starts filling out paperwork, waits in line.
Yeah, Gene kind of like Richard walks closely behind you, and Gene, you kind of allow Leslie to kind of rest, and you kind of go and get yourself like something to like a water or something, because this has been a pretty long day for you guys. And you see sitting in basically the lobby where everyone's waiting, you see Lisa sitting in the seat where Leslie had been a moment ago, and Richard kind of sitting next to her, just kind of just minding his own business a little bit, because you can hear slight cussing coming from Lisa. She thinks she's whispering, but she's been doing it like all day, and she's kind of stopped noticing when she's doing it out loud.
Oh, you guys too?
Both of you look up
hey.
and you see Gene just like very. You can see that he's obviously a little bit riled up. He's like sweaty and stuff like that. It's not particularly warm out, like very warm outside, but you know, he looks sweaty and stuff like that.
Lisa looks at him slightly startled, opens her mouth, and then the grumpy expression comes back on, and she goes back to filling out her paperwork. And she grunts at him.
I thumb at her. I'm like, she bumped her head a little bit. And
Okay.
She
we
gives him a side look at that.
had a TV explode at us. It was a wonderful day.
At that she starts
For the record, books
grumbling
look
more about incompetence and dirty cops and instead of just like paperwork.
So what did you say, Gene?
grumbling
I didn't hear what you said.
I said another day for the record books.
Seems that way. I'm having a wonderful day.
The one person that is.
You guys should go check out the short apartment.
Yeah, what happened there?
Leslie had a moment.
Well, I don't know how that'll stand in court once we make the arrest, but... So... I'm gonna take a seat.
Lisa's just outright ignoring them.
Yeah.
And in all fairness, my cheerfulness is not just me. It really is still side effects of the concussion and the pain meds. He's just he's just kind of on cloud nine. He's having a good day finding things and
Yeah.
the explosion
Gene's
for the
still trying
TV
to
was.
figure out what the hell happened earlier in the day.
I could use a shower. I probably still got some glass in my clothes here.
Yeah, you do.
You just like shake your jacket and there's some glass that tinkles out.
Yep.
I'm just smiling while I do it.
Just such a... It's kind of unnerving for you, Gene, to watch him just be this happy, but you know that this is probably the meds.
Lisa gives him a sharp look and tells him not to make a mess in the hospital.
Seeing you, Bruno.
My head hurts. I'm tired. Someone
They've been giving
stole
you
the
drugs
black
for the head
box.
hurt.
A TV exploded in my fucking face.
Gene, it was like I had you there on my shoulder the entire time.
This is so great. I love this.
Oh, and then Lisa and I
finishes
had
her
an adventure.
paperwork and goes to hand it in.
You were saying, Richard?
Hey, and he'll say this without even thinking about why.
And we're back. Okay. It stopped recording there for a second. For some reason, all of my shit is just breaking down right now, and that's not cool. But, it started working again right... I switched recording software, so it should be fine. You didn't miss anything, literally. I just noticed it as it stopped. But it apparently clipped into 3 different files, so this has been a weird session for me. This has been weird. This hasn't happened before, ever. So, where we were. Yes, Gene was making fun. You were rolling psychology on Gene, and you rolled a 16.
Yes.
So in case...
I would like to see if Gene is like safe enough to retain information.
Yeah. So in case it didn't go in there, I'm gonna recap real fast. Lisa is rolling psychology to figure out if Gene's fine. So he looks to be pretty good.
So I can talk to him about the case?
Yeah, you could talk to him about the case. He does seem to be unnerved. You notice that he is sweaty, and you would wager to guess that something was stressing him out. It doesn't look like he was he was sweating from the heat. Just seems like he seems to be somewhat nervous. He's hiding it real well though, and unnerved by something, and he generally looks like he doesn't want to talk about it.
That sounds like a personal problem.
Yes, it sounds like a personal problem.
So Lisa will turn to him and say, "Hey, somebody took the black box from the television while we were gone."
Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that response was great.
When we
Okay, how'd that happen?
What?
Okay, how'd that happen?
Don't know. The tape that I put up to notice if anyone got in the door was tampered with. But they also might have come up the fire escape. Either way, when the expert came to look at the television to see whatever the hell was making that weird sign on the TV, the whatever would be making the sign on the TV was gone. And then it exploded.
And then you exploded?
No, and then the TV exploded. They had rigged the TV to explode. That's why Happy Pants over there is covered in glass.
Richard kind of just like looks back, smiling, noticing that you're talking to him.
And Gene just sort of looks at Richard and goes, "I have that change of clothes in the car if you need it."
No, I'm done with Hawaiian.
Okay, good.
I'm done with
like Gene's at 95% right now, or 95% breaking right now. It's just been a long day.
Yeah,
It's been just weird as hell. Okay,
Lisa's
so
like-
the TV's gone.
Lisa's got to the point where none of her awkwardness is showing because she's so tired and she's an actual sociable person.
Yeah, and it seems like she's a very bitter person.
Well, that would be the pain part.
Yeah, but there's probably a very obvious explanation to that. But yes, I do like the fact that you told them to explore the short apartment. That's great. Thanks, Gene.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but it's been a full day for me. I say that once Leslie gets out here, we go back to the hotels and our respective places and call it a day. Or
Did
dinner.
the
Yeah.
doctor say whether or not Leslie should be kept overnight?
He didn't say. He said he should rest for a while at least, but the scarring and stuff doesn't look to be that bad. He just wants to see how he is after he's had a moment to rest.
Okay.
Because he was in shock, and he wanted to see if his mental, if he was mentally stable, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, we went out to see Nora Williams. Looks like she hasn't been there in a while. We probably need to go back and check it out. I didn't feel like breaking and entering today. There were definitely a few newspapers on the front on the front door. Leslie had a run-in, so he had to get all patched up again. Luckily, it wasn't the same rib this time. But he might have taken the digger down a flight of stairs. We didn't get anything of use, though.
Our stuff is going to take a little bit, but we did collect various pieces of evidence. We've got a forensics person that works for that Detective Jensen, and we told Detective Jensen about the way the body was shaped, and so he's going to try to talk to Horwells to make the case connected, get us a little in. I'm actually kind of liking the dude. And, but yeah, we wrote down all the evidence bag numbers for ourselves, so we have a record as well. And I forget, Godpool, I forget the forensics guy's name, honestly.
Joshua something.
Joshua Foreman.
Yeah. Yeah, Joshua Foreman, pretty solid little guy. He did the fingerprinting for us as well, so those will just have to be sent off and come back, so there'll be time on that, but
I have a quick question for you guys. You guys talked to the mayor about trying to get a warrant at some point? I remember that you were going to try to get it on the Monday, but do you remember what it was for, specifically?
Wasn't it for like anything that wasn't it, didn't it have to do more with Horrell's like evidence, the stuff that he was like he had redacted?
I know that you wanted to get it so that you wouldn't have like, if I remember correctly, you wanted to get it so that you wouldn't have as many problems in the case, because he wasn't giving you, like he was basically, he was causing problems by not allowing you to go certain places, if I remember correctly.
I don't remember. It was the gap.
Yeah, it was part of the long gap.
Do you have it in your notes? Because I don't have it written down.
What are you looking for?
The warrant that you guys asked the mayor for.
Wasn't he like supposed to talk to his buddy like before midnight so we could have it today?
He was.
He was gonna try to talk to his buddy to get it to you as fast as he could. But do you remember what it was for?
Let me just double check the notes.
For some reason, I did not write that down. I wrote everything around it, but not why.
Did we want to search Quarles' office?
Hold on.
I know you decided to do this after you knew that they were withholding evidence from you guys.
Yeah, so I have a comment that says, get personal phone number of the judge to get warrants over the weekend.
Yeah, I think he gave you the number, but I think he was also going to call them for you. Anyway, we'll figure this out later. This is not the important stuff right now. But yeah, you were saying something, Richard, if you remember what you were saying.
No. All I'd said is he was just calling a night once we know Leslie can come out with us or whatnot. Go dinner, go to the hotel rooms, and just get some rest. It's been a pretty full day.
So in about half an hour, Dr. Lisa gets checked out. You're fine. It's just a bad head wound. She kind of like, it's a bit of a gash, so she stitches it for you and cleans it properly again, and just make sure she compliments whoever dressed the wound, because it was done really well. And about around the time when Lisa kind of comes back, Leslie, you wake up, and the doctor's gonna check you out again. And let's see if he does well this time. Again. If he crits again, he's going to increase that medicine skill.
Oh, that's wrong.
If he increases his medicine skill, is he going to get a name?
So he kind of looks you over and says, "All right, you look to be fine for now. I want you to have an eye out. You may want to talk to, I don't know what happened, but you may want to talk to a psychiatrist about what happened. But you should try to keep yourself away from any danger for the next few days. You look like you've been through a lot of hell in the recent days, and to be frank, I think I'm not sure that you can handle the stress right now. So my recommendation to you is to take it slow for a while."
Has my sanity gone up now that I got some sleep?
You've calmed down like a lot, but you haven't recovered any sanity.
All right.
But you have managed to calm down. You're not like You're not shaking uncontrollably. There's like a little like shiver in you still, but that's probably going to be gone by tomorrow. Your mind still feels really like kind of like you can feel that you're kind of paranoid right now, but that's not a. But you feel like that is you feel like you don't feel like it's nearly as bad as it was like an hour ago, basically. You feel a lot better.
Yeah, I smile and thank the doctor and tell him I'll keep it in mind.
Okay.
Richard looks at a watch. What time is it? Just he needs to know.
When you're leaving, the doctor kind of just looks worriedly at you. The time is 11... no, it's 7:14 p.m.
Okay. He's still got to go meet with Agent Jensen, so...
Yeah.
Or detective.
So you see Leslie kind of walk out of the... walk from the hallway and kind of into the lobby area. Lisa was just a few moments ahead of Leslie.
Can I roll psychology with Leslie saying, yeah, I'll take it easy for the next few days? Because Jean suspects that he's full of shit.
I didn't say that. I said I'll keep that in mind, Doc.
Or whatever you said. Yeah, I'll keep it in mind. Whether or not you would I actually believe that you would and be careful with yourself.
If you were in the room when he said that, then yes, I'll allow it. Would you have gone? Yeah, you knew that he was going to check on him in an hour. Did you want to be in the room when he woke him up?
I would probably plan to be.
Okay, yeah. So yes, you can roll.
No.
He seems to be fine. He's not nearly as bad as he was moments ago. So, yeah, you think he's fine. And you see Leslie kind of walk out of the room. His hands are bandaged properly, not like a boxing glove this time. And his face is just covered in like plasters. And his jacket and clothes are kind of covered in blood, like just spills of blood everywhere. And especially the sleeves, like the front of the sleeves. And he's kind of like the way he walks, he's kind of like he's not walking as confidently as he was before, like kind of like with the straight back. He's kind of walking a little bit like slunk and kind of just a little bit rubbing his hands.
So it looks like he's covered in blood from what Jean would assume is whatever the hell was on that carpet?
No, from the scratching himself.
Oh, okay.
Because he scratched himself like a lot.
Because Jean never really spent any time looking what was on the carpet. Does Jean, do I see any of the remnants or whatever was making that floor especially squishy?
The knees on Leslie's pants are very dirty, like yucky looking. Not like red or any, like not like blood red. It's like kind of a black, gooey substance. It's weird. The floor was like kind of wet and squishy and kind of wet-ish and kind of sticky. You'd remember just walking on it, but it doesn't look like it's blood.
Mm.
But his pants are like shit. Look like the pants look like shit on the on the knees and stuff like that, and a little bit below the knees where he was like when he was bending down.
And as Jean walks out of the room with Leslie, he looks out and says, "This is the second suit you've killed, kid. How many you got left?"
Now, for Lisa and Richard, when you see Leslie, when he comes close to you, you smell like the very disgusting kind of shitty smell. Jean's kind of numb to it because he was in the room with him.
I actually go over to the nurse and say, my clothes have biocontaminants on them. Can I have scrubs and get these burned?
She kind of like nods to you and goes like, yeah, I can arrange that. And she just kind of escorts you to a room where you can just change out and switch clothes. And you get scrubs.
All right.
And she takes your clothes and like makes sure that everything in your pockets is taken out and hands it to you.
All right. I thank her. It's wonderful.
And when you...
And then I walk back out in my scrubs.
Yeah, before like Leslie even walks to you guys, he walks to the counter, walks back in, and comes back out in scrubs.
Lisa's
Jean
eyes
just turns
raised.
to Richard and says,
Eyebrows
"You look
raised.
there in the Hawaiian."
Gene's just disappointingly looking with a Hawaiian shirt under his arm, just like, oh, I got a shirt ready and everything.
Oh.
It's your size, even.
Is it really?
Probably not. It's probably 2 numbers too big.
Lisa just says into the air, "I'm going to get food. Any of you hungry?"
You hear this, Leslie, as you kind of walk towards them. You know now.
I sort of.
You notice that the bandages kind of go up all the way to your elbow. That's where they stop, like on both of your hands. And the plaster goes kind of down your down your face and a little bit around your neck and throat, and a little bit on around the throat.
All right. I look and go. I'm not actually hungry.
Surprisingly enough, you are not.
Well, I'm supposed to meet Detective Jensen for dinner around 8. If you'd like to join me there, Lisa?
Sure.
Jean? I know you're not hungry,
Yeah.
Leslie, but
Why not?
Leslie, would you
I'll
like
go
to...
with them. I just won't eat.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So everyone, you all go out, and the police car that's parked shittily. You know that the hospital is within walking distance of the police station. So do you want to take the police car just to turn it in?
Lisa would. She'd,
Okay.
toss them the keys and go turn in the car. Ask them, ask them where they're meeting Jensen.
You wouldn't need to toss them. Jean has the keys for the police car. You are on your own car, remember?
Yeah, I know. I'd toss Jean the keys to my car
Oh, yeah, okay.
and ask them where they're meeting Jensen.
Well, we have our car. Sorry, I missed something.
No, she's returning our car.
Got it.
Okay.
And she's handing you the keys to her car. I don't know how she's getting there.
Biking.
But
She bikes everywhere.
Or we still have plenty of time. We can just simply follow along and then everyone ride together.
Whichever works for you guys.
Besides, dinner is at such and such place. He told me earlier. I just can't remember.
It's at the police station. He's just gonna meet you out at the station.
Oh.
Okay,
Jean tosses the
they'd
keys
she
to
just go
Richard.
return the car.
Oh, I thought he was meeting for dinner. Okay, so I need to meet him there, and then we can go to dinner. Cool.
so Leslie goes, I'm gonna walk.
Yeah,
You did say that the police station was within walking distance.
Yeah,
of the
you'd
hospital,
probably
right?
be there around the time when they finish up at the station. You'd be walking in
Okay.
scrubs, though.
That's fine by me. I'm not getting into an enclosed space.
Yeah. So Leslie kind of just walks off, and you guys, I'm guessing you're just going to take both the cars because you're heading to the station anyways. And Lisa and Richard, you kind of drive ahead, and Jean just follows.
Yep.
Okay. So you park at the station. It takes 2-3 minutes to drive there, and you park and you walk out, and kind of there are police officers at the outside at the parking lot, and they just kind of give you the oh look. Not because they're kind of shocked to seeing, because all of you kind of look in shit state, with the exception of Richard, who seems to be pretty fine, actually.
So
Like-
Lisa would make sure that no personal effects are in the police car,
Yeah.
and if there are, she'd move them into her car and she'd return it to the lot.
Yeah. Nothing, you see nothing that shouldn't be there. Gene looks like he's pretty dirty, and like he was wearing clean clothes this morning, so he looks dirty and kind of disheveled. Richard looks like he's fine, with the exception of like the glass, kind of like a little bit of scratches on his suit and kind of dust on him. And you kind of look like you had a rough day.
Yeah.
And you kind of walk into the station, and you can feel that people are kind of give you like a side eye when you walk in. Because you guys look like shit.
I have a shit-eating grin on my face.
Yeah, you just
You also
smile.
smell like shit.
Yeah,
Oh, actually, no. Jean smells like shit. Richard and Lisa smell slightly singed.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. The bit under your shoes, Gene, like that smells like shit. You were walking.
yay!
You were walking on that carpet, so aren't
Yep.
you glad you are not wearing sandals?
Yay.
You know, before they actually meet up with the detective, Lisa's gonna turn to Jean and say, "I'm gonna go yell at my boss. You wanna come?"
She thinks about it for a long second
Oh,
and
that
says, "You can have this one. Mine's another day."
Fine.
Gene's just not in a state to actually have it out with Horrells. Like, Gene doesn't actually think he's safe enough to be near Horrells right now.
Lisa's just like
Has no
Lisa's
self-control.
in that sort of state where you've had such a stressful and shitty day where you just don't care anymore.
I for my personal sake, I love the tiny pause that came between like the response of just someone in the chat just like snickering. Just like So Richard, you hear Lisa obviously say this. And you just give her a kind of a sigh, like kind of tilt your head when you look over.
I actually, on that note, Lisa.
You stay.
No.
She walks off.
No, Detective Bruno, not today.
Richard Richard's like, please stop, as he walks behind you, like trying to like stop you as you walk into into Chief Horrells' office. Gene, and he's just like in the door, like you kind of slam the door in his face, and he's like, oh.
Look at the time, and then walk away.
Yeah, I was just about to ask, do you want to enter when she begins screaming at his boss?
Oh,
I
she's
just,
not screaming. She's got that voice, you know, that sort of dead, quiet, angry voice where, you know, you don't need to scream.
Yeah.
Your voice says it.
Is she over enunciating?
No, she's actually like slightly like speaking slightly in like a more like she in her working, she tries to be like as sort of polite and succinct as possible. She's like not giving a damn. Like she's using wanna, don't, you know,
Yeah.
all of the words that have contractions.
The Italian in her is like popping up. Richard, what do you want to do when like she slams the door? Do you want to go like back to Jean, or do you want to like walk into the room trying to like soothe, make sure things don't go overboard? What do you want to do?
He looks at his watch. How much time's left until the meeting with Jensen for himself?
It's about it would be about like 35 minutes.
35 minutes is enough time to make sure an explosion doesn't go off. That didn't work for me earlier.
No.
And he's really weighing his options in the most weird logic way possible. He's like, he turns to the secretary right outside of Horrell's office and he says, "Hold my calls," and he goes in.
She gives you like the last thing you see, Jean, when he walks into the room is the secretary just like lifts her shoulders like, and you hear her say audibly, "What?" And when you walk in, Lisa, I'm gonna cut to you moments before Richard walks in. You open the door, walk in, and you kind of like slam the door, and like Horace looks up and goes, "What the hell do you want, Detective Bruno? Haven't you heard of knocking?"
She just walks over, sits down, looks at him, and just like starts going over her day. She in a very calm voice, she goes, "When we got to the crime scene this morning, oh God, hold on, I need to think of a good monologue."
Okay, take a moment. Let's cut to Jean while you're thinking up your monologue. Just let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
Jean, you see them walk into the office with Horace.
Back at the police station?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the first time Jean's had to have a moment all day. So Jean sort of steps into the conference room and...
Can you repeat that? Because you cut out for me there for a second.
Almost mantra-wally going, fuck. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Fuck, 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 fuck. Fuck.
The officers...
He just sort of puts his pen in his hands and it's just mentally just sort of tries to let it all go and it all comes crashing back. And he's just in there pacing and his voice is slowly increasing in volume. And he's just, fuck. Fuck. He starts yelling, fuck!
Yeah, like officers and detectives that are walking past, like first they sort of hear like this, like slowly, and they're like, what the shit is that? And just like moments after they kind of stop to listen for a moment. Then it's okay, somebody's just like cursing to themselves. Oh, well. And then just moments later, you just start shouting and everyone's like, what the fuck is going on?
And there's one last really loud just fuck that, like, you can almost hear it shake the police station a little bit. Like, doors rattle a bit.
Yeah.
He just collapses into a chair and just sort of sits there with the lights off, just almost semi-comatose, just staring off. Just not processing anymore.
Horace, Richard, and Lisa do not hear a thing because of Lisa's mental shouting.
Well, I have a feeling that the last loudest fuck comes at the very end of Lisa's monologue.
Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. Yes.
Anyway, I'm ready.
Okay, good.
Chief Horace, I am a good cop. I am a damn good cop. I did my job. I walked my streets. I did all of the grunt work that no one else wanted or liked. I did everything that was foisted on me by all of your lovely boy clubs, each and every one of them in this goddamn station. I take my job very seriously. I do it very well. I care very much for the people and for the rules of this goddamn place. And ever since I started here, none of you have made a goddamn thing about this goddamn job easy. Do you know how many times I've had to run back and forth on every fucking case that I do, trying to jump over the hoops that all of these fuckers present me with, trying to get one goddamn paper signed by one goddamn person who doesn't have the authority to tell me goddamn no? Do you know how many pieces of evidence I've had to file that suddenly go missing because of some other fucker's mistake that I get blamed for? Do you know how many fucking case files that I could have solved in 5 fucking minutes that your boys just slam to the side because they don't have the prestige or the time, or it's not the right kind or color of people that your goddamn... I am better than 90% of your cops in this goddamn station. And I am so fucking tired of getting fucking shafted by your fucking... A TV blew up in my face today. My black box, the evidence for my crime scene was tampered with. My evidence was missing, and I am fucking done with this shit.
Cue the fuck.
And then the last, the last thing is a giant fuck.
Leslie just walks into the station.
Yeah,
and
as that,
hears, "Fuck."
like, you can see people looking towards the conference room, and some people looking towards the chief room, as they can obviously hear something, and you can see the silhouette of Lisa in there, and you can also see Richard kind of with his hands in the air, like you can see his back. He's like, oh. And Richard, you kind of walked in like after like the first two sentences.
No. The way that went, here's what actually happened. She's getting louder and louder, obviously. So he does the hold my call thing. He opens the door in the middle of a couple of those words. He's like, and then he doesn't say anything. He just kind of nods and closes the door again.
So you just see Richard standing outside the door, just like, waiting.
He's just kind of twiddling his thumbs.
Yeah.
And he looks up in the air, whistles a little bit, and walks away.
So, like, when you stop, like, come back out, the secretary kind of looks at you and goes like, what did you mean by hold your calls?
Don't worry, darling, I can take all my calls again. And he just leaves.
And you could, Leslie, you see that this secretary is very confused right now. So
I suspect that Lisa has just lost her job, so I could quietly walk in to the room where I heard the fuck.
Yeah. And Lisa, you kind of staring Horace down. You can see that he's a bit taken aback by what you said. And
she is just sort of breathing heavily. I'm tired of my crime scenes being tampered with and my evidence going missing.
And let's see. I'm gonna see what.
Oh, can I roll intimidate?
Yeah, that is exactly what I was gonna check out here. I want to see what skill is the best for intimidating.
What is my intimidate? Where is I?
Because I think that intimidate. I don't remember if intimidate was specifically a thing. I'm gonna check that real quick. But dang, I like that. That was good.
That was beautiful. I think that deserves a bonus too.
Yeah, I'm gonna give her a bonus because she had that shit down to a T.
I don't see the skill intimidate, but
I think that fast talk or persuade would be the thing you'd use in this situation. I'm gonna go into Lisa.
I have horrible both of those.
Yeah, I'm gonna, like, in this situation, you're not getting your minus to them, just so you know. So I'm gonna say you can use, because of your beautiful speech, I'm gonna give you a plus 50 to it.
Awesome. In that case,
And
I will use...
I want you to use persuade, but it's a very because it technically seen you're persuading him to stop being a dick.
Yeah.
because she also looks the part too. She's got
Yeah.
a bandage on her head. And,
Nice.
She's got bandage. She has like glass sticking out of her and like
Oh,
dust
hey.
everywhere. She looks like absolute shit.
She's an angry Italian woman screaming at him.
Yeah, and you have the body posture for it as well. Like you like.
Oh yeah.
Like I can see, like in the end of this like rant of yours, you kind of like stand up, like, and you're like, because you're pretty threatening when you stand up and just
Oh,
like
yeah.
display yourself. So, you can roll with a plus 50.
I did. I got a 19.
Sweet. Where did my bird go? Oh, there you went. Hi, bird. So you got a 19. You can kind of see that he's really taken aback by this, and he's a little bit unsure of what to do right now. You can kind of tell by how he's looking at you. But
If he doesn't say anything, like within 5 minutes, she's turning around, leaving out the door and slamming it behind her.
oh no, he's going to return. He's going to answer you.
Okay.
Remember, this is Chief Horald. He always has a retort ready. And he kind of, you can see that he's intimidated by you, but he kind of leans on the table and looks you directly in the eyes and says, "If you don't like the job, quit."
She leans back and goes, "Well, how would you get any work done then?"
And he kind of straightens himself up and says, "I have plenty of competent police officers in this building, in this city, that follow orders when they're given one.
And never do their goddamn filing.
Detective Bruno, are we going to have a problem?"
How many of those cases in that room full of files have my goddamn signature from finishing the paperwork? How many cases did your detectives actually have their names on?
Detective Bruno, as long as you work for me, you will not use that tone. And if this is going to be a problem, I can reassign you, no problem.
I'm tired of my crime scenes being tampered with and my evidence going missing. I have already spoken to the mayor about this problem.
Oops.
You see,
I am not going away.
you see, kind of his eyebrows
I am
raise
not-
when you say that. Like,
I am not being quiet, and you can fire me if you want, but I promise you, your life is going to be a whole lot harder when I'm not here to do your officers' jobs.
you can see that he's obviously angry after you mentioned that you talked to the mayor, and it's like, who the hell gave you the authority to go and talk to the mayor?
The mayor, when I called him. Ma, I'm kind of busy.
It seems that working with those FBI agents have a bit of bad influence on you. I remember back when you were when you actually listened to orders and did what you were supposed to do. Now
Like
get the
getting
fuck
your
out of my
coffee?
office while I decide what the fuck to do with you.
Sure, Horrell. Sure. She turns around and
Richard, aren't you
slams
in the
the
room?
door.
Like as you are leaving and like about to slam the door, you can hear, "And you can dream about keeping your badge." And like as he's finishing the sentence, you just slam the door.
Yeah.
Like, you see that most of the officers in the room are just, like, kind of giving you some space as you walk. They do not want to mess with you right now. Because you are known for taking down pretty big guys.
Yeah. She's got the muscle behind her voice.
Yeah. Like, they know not to mess with you. A lot of them know that you're a trained boxer. So they don't want to mess with you.
At this point, like, she doesn't even care about her job anymore. Because she knows that even though the other officers put good work in and do good things, they don't file their paperwork. They don't, like, call... They don't take the calls from the lawyers, from the cases, and organize witnesses and do the calling back. She's the one who does all of the grunt work in this office. So at this point, she's like, they can fire me if they want, and then they'll have to do all of the shit that I had to do for them.
Leslie, you walk
This
in.
job blows.
So Leslie, you walked. Leslie, you walked into the room with Jean, and you open the door, and it's dark in the conference room. Like you see, and you can kind of see the silhouette of Jean, kind of like resting his head in his hands.
That I have a moment of empathy, and I walk over and I lay my bandaged hand on Jean's shoulder. I don't say anything. I just stand there and be with him.
He doesn't really respond. He's just like not there.
Moments, just a few moments after that, Richard kind of walks into the room. It's still dark in the room, Richard, when you walk into the room, and you can see the silhouettes of the two people.
Well, that's the thing. Richard walks in the room, sees silhouettes because he was going to turn on the light, and then he saw that, and he's like, nah. So he leaves the light off and just kind of the low dim light. But he does reach in his wallet for something, and he pulls out a card, FBI card.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes a pen and writes the application center's number on there, and just waits for Lisa to walk through the door.
So yeah, Lisa, you like a few moments after this, Lisa, you kind of walk into the conference room. You guys can see
by the time she gets in the door, her face is back to being stone-faced, and she's calm and completely zen again.
Yeah. So Richard, yeah, you see her walk in. Lisa, the room is dark. You see the silhouette of Jean and Leslie kind of in one corner, and Richard's kind of waiting, or was kind of like leaning to the table, kind of like sitting kind of a little bit on the table, waiting for you, holding something.
Does he hand it to her?
Yep. Hey, Detective Bruno, and he kind of does the little like how you casually flick a. He's not flicking it at her, but you know as if he were going to, but just holds the card like that.
She takes
something
it
for you.
and looks at it. She gives him a dry look.
You flip it and you see the FBI name card that it has his name on it and how to contact him.
Oh, I thought you meant the like unemployment center.
Yeah, that's on the other side. You turned it like you initially turned it to the correct size.
Oh.
And you kind of look at Richard, who kind of motions for you to turn it around, and when you do, you see the application center and how to contact it.
She just gives him like a dry, ha ha look.
Hey, if you're looking to get out of here, FBI, you've got 3 agents here who would probably at least vouch for you. References.
With that, she the withering look would fade, and she said, "Thank you."
Of course.
You kind of walk into the dark room and you kind of close the door. It's pretty dark in here, but the window in there that is kind of like leads a little bit in like to the hallway kind of is enough to light up the room so that you can like see it properly.
She would clear her throat and then say, "I just messed up. I let it slip. That I was at the mayor's."
I just kind of casually shrugged.
Anything he has, he'll be able to get rid of before any sort of warrant we can get to get into his files.
It's around that time that you kind of hear a commotion in the other room. You can kind of hear Horals Holes is kind of making a scene outside. You can't really tell properly what he's saying, but he's obviously making some sort of scene out there.
He's probably out there firing me.
I'll take a look. Everyone else is staying here.
So, Richard, when you look out, you see 4 men wearing black suits with ties, escorting Horals out of the building.
I go out and I find out. I don't say anything. I'm just like, what the fuck? And then I walk out the office.
And he's like cursing, like, you can't do this. I'm the. And like as he's saying this, he's just like, he's escorted out, and you see that there is a man there wearing one of the men wearing the black coats, jackets and stuff like that. It's talking to Detective Detective Richardson. And when he sees you walk towards him, he looks at you. Agent Barden?
Agent Richardson?
No, not Richardson. He's talking to Detective Richardson. This is the man wearing the black suit that says this to you.
Does Richard know him?
No, Richard doesn't know him. He hasn't worked with the FBI long enough to know this dude.
Aww.
And he looks at you and says,
He says what?
I'm making a name in my head.
He looks at me and he says,
Hi.
Yes. I can
He just
decipher.
stares at you with a vapid expression on his face.
Michael, Mikhail, Matthias, Martin.
I got this, guys. I got this. Agent McKenzie. FBI.
Nice to meet you, Agent McKenzie. Of course,
Nice to
yes,
meet you
I
as
am
well.
Agent Barden.
And he extends his hand.
Shake
Heard
it.
you're doing some work here on the Dahlia case that's been going on here.
Yes, my team and I in here, Agents Gene Leslie, and Detective Bruno, we're all working together on the Dahlia case.
Gene steps out.
Good to
of the room
know.
at this point.
As of now, Agent Victor Richardson is officially reassigned off this case, and he gives him kind of a look. And Officer Bruno is given full authority over the case, along with you officers.
Gene sort of walks out, just sort of looking around him, and says, "Did I just see you drag Horrells out in cuffs?"
We have reason to believe that Horrells has been tampering with case files and has some connection to this case. However, whether it being direct connection or just tampering with case files, either way, he is being detained for the moment, and we will see how that will go. But until then, I'll be overseeing the station until we can decide what to do.
All right, please keep us informed if there's anything relative to the case.
Where is Detective Bruno?
We stand aside like the Red Sea, and there she is.
Loud.
Lisa's eyes are wide, but inside her mind, it's like Christmas.
He walks over to you, extends his hand to you, and says, "Good work on the case, Detective Bruno.
She shakes his hand, says thank you.
You have been currently assigned. You have been currently assigned as the lead detective on this case, and I hope you bring good results. I'm placing my trust in you."
Yes, sir.
Now, I may not be as shitty as your former chief here. However, I am as hard, or if not harder, than him on my agents. Now, if you don't produce any results, I won't be happy, and you'll know it. But at least know this: if I'm fucking pissed at you, you burned that shit.
Yes, sir.
Now, and he kind of looks at. Leslie, did you walk out of the room?
I did.
He kind of looks and sees you, Gene, and Leslie, goes, Detective Agent Agent Hart.
Yes.
Kind of
Yes.
looks over you. Good to see that you're. Good to see you. You would recognize him, but you don't know him very well. And he goes, "Get your shit together. I want you guys on back here tomorrow. We're gonna get this case solved. Am I clear?"
Shit gotten, sir.
All right. I got a lot of things to do right now. I got a shit tons of files to oversee, and I have some. And he looks over. Some officers here that I need to beat the shit up because apparently they have not been doing their jobs properly.
Anything we can do to help?
Yes, Detective Bruno, I want you to. I was here to hear the end of your beautiful speech there. Could you go over that with me here in my office? And he directs towards Horles's office.
Yes, sir.
And
Just start scraping the letters off.
and you follow him into his office, and we're gonna cut. You guys were gonna take the rest of the day off to go and kind of get yourself situated. Jensen arrives with your hat, Richard. He's just kind of arrives as he kind of goes and
All
what
is
the
right in the world.
He's like, what the shit? What the shit was happening? What's that, Chief Horles being escorted out into a black van?
Hey, Godpool. I put my hat on, but the face I just posted in Discord is literally what everyone sees. I'm still just like...
Okay.
That's literally
Nice.
what Rich...
I'm
Richard
I'm just gonna do one thing here. I'm not sure if I'm gonna take this here. I'm gonna move this over to here, and everyone can see black now. But I'm gonna see if I can make it so that people can see this. Okay, no, they can't. I'm gonna have to download this picture. I want everyone to see that face, because that face is great. It's just
You
it's
can
great.
always, once Lisa starts her speech, you can always pull it up on the video.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this picture up now, just for the rest of this session.
Literally, that's his face. Ever since the whole reassignment thing, as soon as that agent started talking and saying everything, Richard's face went into that and has not left that state for a while. And even when Jensen hands him the hat, he just slowly puts his hat on and is like, still in that mode.
Oh my god, I'm gonna go in here and get this. This is great. I'm in love with this image. This is
You know, I figure they had bugged Horrell's office, and maybe something Lisa said gave them finally enough evidence.
one moment, guys.
One of them was just listening with their ear to the wall from outside.
Yeah.
No, they had those the first original bugs where they were all in a separate all in a separate room, maybe in the evidence locker with computers, or not computers, but reel to reels.
Now, Lisa, you're debriefing with Agent Mackenzie. Takes 4 hours.
Yeah.
And he doesn't say anything during the time except to ask a question about something, but he calmly listens to everything you have to say about what has happened and stuff like that, and you kind of fill him in on everything that's been going on, and
Yeah.
in the end he kind of nods and says, "Thank you, Detective. I'll see if I can have any of that evidence that has been conveniently disappearing here and there, and if I can find that, I'll send it your way. If you need any manpower for anything, let me know. I'll get some officers to help you."
Sir.
Now, as I just want to remind you, I like to be fair to those that work with me. And as long as you produce results or do your best in the field, you'll get respect from me. And currently you have my respect for the work you've been doing. But I want you to keep that respect. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, those FBI officers, they, as you know, they are not... Usually we are not in jurisdiction of the case, but however, because things have changed and we have had to do some compromises, we are currently in control. Agent Barden, Hart, and Franklin's they will be assisting you with this case. You are overseeing the case on the police side, but remember, they are overseeing the case on our side.
Sir, I have no problem with sharing jurisdiction. All I want is to actually get some progress made on this case now that we have no one actually forcing us backwards.
That's what I wanted to hear. Now take care. Let me know if some fuckery goes on.
Yes, sir.
If any officer gives you any shit on the while on duty, let me know. And I'll see what I can do with getting that Underwood and the Underwood and short case getting assigned to you as the same case.
Yes, sir. Really quick, out of character, what was the detective's name on the Underwood case?
His name was Victor Richardson.
No, that was the short case.
Oh yeah, on the Underwood. That is Detective Jensen. I'm gonna see if I have his full name written here. If I don't, I'm gonna shit.
I just want to tell him, sir, Detective Jensen has been fully cooperative with the case, and his own opinion coincided with ours that the two cases were connected. We have had no problem working with him. I don't. If a joint case is needed, I have no problem with sharing the case with Detective Jensen.
He kind of nods and goes, "You're honest, Agent, Detective. I like that. I'll make sure that Detective Jensen gets assigned to this case as well as a assistant.
Yes, sir.
Having all the extra, he will be assigned as your partner for now. I'll make sure to have the arson department know that he's being promoted to... What is the fucking department named? I forgot.
Homicide?
Yeah, he's being reassigned to homicide.
Skullduggery.
And he just he extends his hand to shake your hand and says, "Just like you've been. Welcome to homicide."
Thank you, sir.
Now, depending on how things go here, and with how you've been dealing with things here, I must say, I'm impressed, and I hope you keep impressing me on this. Now, go. I can see that you're tired and you've had a hell of a day.
That was an attempted homicide.
Take a lie down, and I want to see you fresh in the morning. I'll see what evidence I can have ready for you that Horal's been hiding.
Yes, sir.
Is there anything? Richard here was mentioning Joshua as your personal forensics dude.
I didn't want to overstep.
Yeah.
I know he likes me, but I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah. But yeah, you can mention though that Joshua was the one that's been doing the forensics for the case.
Yeah. Well, I imagine
you would have probably mentioned that during the description.
Yeah.
So yeah, he would know about that. So, hey, Lisa, you have a partner now.
Woo!
Detective Jensen promoted to homicide and Assigned as...
I hope he wasn't attached to his department, and I didn't just fuck up his life.
If I understand it correctly, homicide is like the cool kids.
Yeah.
Arson is like the low man on the totem pole.
Yeah.
Because L.A. Noire pointed that out. Like, everyone
Yeah.
wanted to be on homicide. If you got busted to arson, you were getting, like, shoved to the side, basically.
Nice.
So, I think if that still applies here, he'll be super happy.
I would say that. Because most of the arson cases are pretty shit, with the exception of the most recent one.
Well, of course, because we're involved.
Yeah, it's been classified now as a homicide case, not an arson case. So yay! You kind of, what do you guys want to do while Lisa's doing the debriefing there? Like, do you want to talk to Jensen? By the way, I didn't have a first name decided for Jensen, so his name is going to be Adam Jensen.
Oh my god.
Awesome. I trust this guy completely now.
He has black hair, cool sunglasses,
and a cool Clint Eastwood style way of talking.
Yeah. The only thing that's weird about him would be his jacket that is not black. it's this what did I say, like this striped, multicolored striped one. He's like really fancy looking dude. Pinstripe suit, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, what do you guys want to do?
I know what I want to do, guys.
Yeah.
I'm like, as soon as all that stuff finally happens and I gather my wits, I look at Gene. I'm like, Gene?
Huh?
You got my flask on you? Because this calls for a fucking drink.
And
Gene just sort of pulls up the flask and opens it, looks Richard in the eye, and holds it upside down. And a single sad drop falls.
Jensen kind of says, as that happens, goes like, well, I could go for a drink, and I think I can buy one for you. From what I can tell, this has been one hell of a day, and I'm off the clock. You guys are off the clock. I think we could use a drink. Although, he looks at Leslie and goes... And he looks at Leslie and goes, you might want to change clothes first, though.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna guess that... I'm gonna guess that you guys kind of go and, like... Leslie, go with Leslie to switch clothes and you just find a local bar.
I'm buying Victory cigars, too, on this one.
Yeah. Leslie, you were going to say something?
I was going to I don't know who I would mention this to, but I want to say to somebody that Earl's office should still be kept well guarded in case he has friends who are willing to get rid of the evidence.
Now, Lisa, you would know this, that you say this to one of the other agents there that are just that are behind, kind of helping oversee things, and
yeah.
Lisa, you know, because you were talking to him, he doesn't plan to leave the office for a while. He'll be there the entire night going over files and shit. And he has manpower to help him, the two other agents that are outside that were behind. And you guys go and just kind of celebrate, kind of drink together in the bar, and you kind of let loose. Lisa, once you kind of get away, you just head home, and you take a.
No, she's not going home. She's going out for celebratory food, because she was hungry 4 hours ago. So she stops by some
the taco truck.
No, because it's 11 o'clock at night. They're probably gone. But she stops by some 24-hour pancake type place, not necessarily a diner, but an actual restaurant, and she just pigs out.
Sweet.
It was a good day. She got someone fired. She got to scream at her boss. Her boss isn't her boss anymore. It's a good day.
Yeah. And the evening passes. You kind of during your drinks, you kind of fill Jensen in, and you guys have a pretty grand evening until you head back to the motel. Jensen kind of escorts you there, goes with you there, and then you all kind of separate into your rooms and stuff like that. Jean and Leslie, this is a great way to just calm your nerves. But you know that
about how my sanity's doing after because I probably got sloshed.
Yeah. So
dropped down drunk.
You guys,
Richard had to carry me back.
Yeah.
Drunk.
But Leslie and Jean, both of you know that whatever happened today in that apartment is probably gonna stay with you forever.
Yep.
And no amount of drink is gonna erase that memory.
Hey, welcome to the club, guys. I need my flask back. Give it here.
I imagine any drink that you hadn't finished in the bar, you had just poured into the flask.
Oh no, he's got his own bottle for the refill at the hotel. No one knows about that.
So while Richard is helping Leslie back to his room, Leslie starts babbling about how Jean doesn't trust him. And Jean said to him that he's a bad agent.
Is Jean there for this?
I don't know. Are you there for this?
I think I'm there for this.
I mean, do you want to be walking in front of them or behind them?
No, I have to have one arm around Richard while.
Yeah,
Richard...
I'm talking about Jean, whether he's walking behind you or in front of you.
I'm behind them.
I want
I'm
you to.
not outfloshed. Jean doesn't really respond to this kind of shit with heavy levels of drinking.
Yeah. Can you roll for me? Listen to how well you hear this, because he's kind of he's not saying this very loud. He's just rambling this in just in Richard's lap, basically. Yeah, I think you hear that.
That's exactly my listen.
Oh my god, yes, that's great. Your listen was where? It is over here. Yes, it is exactly your listen. Oh my god, yeah, you hear this. You just hear Leslie just kind of ramble this out.
And
we were in the apartment and I was searching and he was telling me that I was...
Yeah, he just pukes. It must...
And
Richard's just lightweights.
As he loses it for the third or fourth time tonight, Jean just goes, "I told you should have stopped after the second purple nurple."
And all of you go to your rooms. Richard, you help Leslie into just in his bed, and it's around. You go for a long time. It's around 1 p.m. when you 1 a.m. actually when you go finally get into bed.
Oh, and by the way, since Richard he's the expert drunk here, he kept up and probably drank more than Leslie, and doesn't show nearly the amount of effects, which could be worrying to some.
Yeah.
But because he's also been there, he knows exactly the words to say to Leslie, and so he'll be kind of comforting him with, yeah, I know, just kind of that kind of talking to a drunk person that's just depressed and rambling. You just kind of let him talk it out and coddle him.
The great thing about this, Leslie, is that because of the amount of alcohol you've been drinking, the pain has been numbed quite a lot.
Oh, wonderful.
But
that's fantastic.
But all of you, you go to sleep. Lisa, I'm gonna imagine that you're home probably not at 1, but probably around midnight. Because unless you spent an hour eating and then just waltz home.
I mean, either one.
Yeah.
I just totaled out her dinner.
Yeah. And
By the way,
all of you
I know
arrive.
this-
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I know this probably isn't Lisa, but I really have this one weird image of once she's at home, because of everything that just happened with Horals, it was like she has like that rainy day bottle of wine that she was just saving for this moment and goes bubble bath, robe, candles, and just sits there in the bathtub with the one bottle of wine. That's just my
I mean,
weird image.
Like, yeah, but instead of the wine, it's like hot cocoa and a fluffy robe and
Perfect.
fluffy bath slippers and just like watching. God, what were those shows?
Like shitty
God.
dramas. Like shitty
No,
soaps.
not shitty dramas. I used to watch these repeats on the
Oh yeah, those like guiding light,
Network.
like the guiding light
What's my
stuff.
line? What's my line? And I can't remember the other one. But it was like the first game show ever.
Yeah. So you all just spent this kind of evening in victory for yourselves. And oh boy. How good are you for more, Lisa? I think it's coming.
I got 10 minutes.
Okay, yeah. I thought
That's a
as much. So
That's a perfect ending spot.
yeah. So
Leslie
As a-
gets up in the middle of the night to piss and realizes that it is way too cramped in this room and takes the pillows and the comforter and like lays them out on the asphalt right in front of the door and lays down outside.
okay, I'm gonna need to write this down.
Drunky McDrunk.
Again,
Drunk and
lightweights.
claustrophobic.
Meanwhile, Lisa's just in like the fluffiest robe ever. It's like pale pink and made of like just like might as well be down. She's just got her chinchilla and she's just like drinking hot cocoa and celebrating the day.
So as you all go to sleep and your consciousnesses are kind of fading off, you all remember like this day was pretty rough on all of you, but but remembering that Horals is now out of the picture and tomorrow is gonna be a good day without any internal obstacles, you kind of look forward to it. Finally being able to focus on the case without having any distractions. And that is where
We're looking forward to it, or the GM is looking forward to it.
Yeah, I don't look forward to it anymore.
And we will continue this in next week's episode, where we may possibly, I'm not going to promise this, we may possibly have a guest. But until then, this is the end of episode 8. How did you like that ending, guys? Did you expect that shit?
I expected to be fired.
I got you guys there, didn't I?
Hey, I already posted my reaction pic for
Yeah.
exactly what I thought.
Right.
I really love I really love the first sentence that you said when you just saw him being taken out, and it was just, what the fuck?
Well,
I think that was the first time Richards actually cussed.
Yeah, that's the first time you've cussed, actually, as Richard, if I remember correctly.
As Richard.
Yeah. But yeah, I got you guys there. You guys thought I was never gonna be nice.
I'm just glad I got like that screaming fit in.
Yeah, I'm happy you used the time because like he was gonna go up very soon. But yeah, I've been looking forward to her like screaming at Horals since kind of episode 1, just kind of in the back of my head, like,
She had enough of a day where she like even it was a horrible idea, but at that point she could not do it. She
yeah.
was just so mad, and he was right there. He was right there.
So with episode 8 now over, we have about you have let's see, it's next day is gonna be a Sunday, which should be, let's see, I'm gonna see what day it is on my thing here. I'm gonna see what day of the month. It should be. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, it should be the 19th. Which means that you guys have about... You have until the 23rd. So the clock is ticking, guys. We have a few episodes left.
You got another creative evidence, though.
Yeah. I'm gonna need to write up a lot of evidence for you guys.
Yeah.
Evidence that did not get destroyed or hidden or anything like that or tampered with. Because you're gonna know it, there's gonna be a lot of evidence that was tampered with, and that's not gonna be usable for the case.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lisa, Richard, you go off to see the short apartment. We're gonna help the FBI.
I mean,
Lisa will just use her stone face to scare off the mirror image of herself.
You're gonna need to go there, though, probably.
Well,
Because, now you're the leader of the investigation, so you're the boss.
Shit.
How does it feel to be promoted, Lisa?
Like I have a whole bunch more work to do.
But hey, at least the big shots in the FBI trust you.
I don't know who that is.
We can't see who's your new boss currently.
Yeah, but for all I know, he's just Horrell's immediate superior.
Well, no, you would know that he's probably not because he's from the FBI and they do not the local police doesn't usually respond to them, which is why you guys didn't have jurisdiction, but now you do.
yeah, basically that guy just came in and did the old-fashioned Gene Franklin badge slam. We have jurisdiction now.
Yeah, except his jurisdiction, like he can say that and it's true.
Hey, I taught it to the best.
Because I'm gonna tell you guys kind of out of game. This guy is like one of the kind of big shots from the FBI. He's like he was just sent by the director to do this. So
Yay! I pissed off the right person.
yeah, you did.
Huzzah!
But yeah, this has been episode 8 of Unsolved. We usually take a little bit more time to discuss what happened in the episode, but but because of the fuck up and stuff, we needed to kind of adjust. So we will see you next time for the next episode, episode 9 of Unsolved, where we finally can get where Lisa is now a homicide detective. And they have jurisdiction, and they can actually deal with the case without having Horrells being a dick. But until then, I'm Godpool, and I am the director and game master for this show. I think I said I didn't say Godpool in the beginning, did I? I don't remember. Anyways,
You did a second beginning.
yeah. And with me, as always, are my wonderful players, Leslie Hart, played by Brianna, who is now just a slightly more insane criminal psychologist.
Bye.
Then we have Gene Franklin's played by Michael, who's still angry, an angry fuck, but he's a little bit disturbed now. He's a disturbed angry fuck who's crying now. And then we have Richard Barden, who is played by our very own Kellen, who's had some rough times, but today was his day.
You stay classy, Los Angeles.
And finally, our newly promoted homicide detective. I almost said homicide.
Homicide.
Our newly promoted homicide detective, Lisa Bruno, Di Bruno, and played by Zia, who was our angry detective, but now probably a pretty happy detective.
I am the happiest detective.
And until next time, bye-bye.
Bye.